Valor is one of the coolest communities in the Boise area. It has a section for everyone, a 55 plus community, a patio home section for snowbirds and people who don't want the upkeep of a yard. It also has more amenities and cool things to do than almost any other neighborhood. So let's take a look at Valor and give you everything you need to know to see if it's a place you should choose to live. My name is Brady Fagel and I am a real estate agent and a Boise local. If you have questions, leave a comment or shoot me an email or a text. But Valor is one of my favorite communities. It is located in Kuna, which is southwest of Boise, about 10-15 minutes. So you have quicker access to the Boise area and then the Boise airport while getting the small town community of Kuna. As I mentioned, Valor is split up into 3 sections and we'll go over each of those differences at the end. But Valor as a whole is such a cool community. You have everything you could ever want. There is a resort style pool. There's a lap pool for working out. There's a separate pool in the other sections of the community. Valor already has 5 or 6 pickleball courts with plans to build indoor pickleball courts as some of these phases and this growth happens. There's also currently a community center with a gym and a common area, and then in later phases they are going to be building a bar and grill, which is actually scheduled to finish this January. So if you built now, it would be done by the time you moved in. They're also going to be putting in a culinary studio of some kind and an indoor golf simulator. So if you like golf, this is definitely the place for you, because on top of everything I just mentioned, there will be a par 3 course for the residents of Valor. There's a putting course, and then Falcon Crest already has a 36-hole golf course that most of the houses are on, with plans to switch that to a private club here in the near future. And then as early homeowners building in Valor, here you get first access and prices to that shift from public to private course, but those are not going to last very much longer. There are also plans to have community exclusive golf tournaments and events, which is a really cool plus. And then as you can see, the community has just about everything you could want. And then before we get into some of the homes and then the area of Kuna and that Valor is in and prices in different sections, my name is Brady Fagel, like I said, and if you are thinking of moving to Boise area in a week or in a few years, shoot me a text or a call anytime, even if you just have questions. If you trust me enough to watch these videos and to reach out to me, then you should get me as your agent, and I personally work with you the entire way, no other team members or persons. So hopefully I hear from you soon and can help you make the best decision for you and your family, even if that means Boise isn't going to fit you. Now, as I mentioned, Valor has 3 sections. The main section called Reveille or Reveille, I don't think anyone truly knows how to say it, but this is the all-age community with your standard single-family homes. You have homes from 1,300 square feet all the way up to 3,600 square feet, with prices ranging from $600,000 all the way into the millions. And the other 2 sections have some more affordable options we'll look at. But as I mentioned, there is a separate pool just for this section. The builders in all of these sections will be Trilogy, Berkeley, Shadow Mountain, and then Shea. All of these builders are mid-tier luxury, so they have nicer finishes and they have a great reputation. They're not going to be your starter track home builders. There are also plenty of homes and upgrades for an RV bay and 3 to 5 car garages, so you can get that extra room. The lots here they're not going to be huge, so you're not going to have half-acre lots, but you do get as large as a quarter-acre lot, although many of the homes don't have much of a backyard because they back up to the golf course, and so it feels like it's not a very big backyard. The next section of Valor is Medallion Greens, and this is the newest section. They just opened this up, and this will be a gated community with its own pool and are your patio homes. So they have smaller lots and they have little to no upkeep at all, which is great for people wanting to live here half the year, or for those of you who don't want the upkeep. And a lot of these are going to be higher end finishes with that gated kind of luxury feel. So even though they are smaller homes, you know, a 15,000 square foot build in here is realistically going to be starting at around $500,000. And one thing about this community that some people worry about is the location of Valor. Right now, it's outside of town a little ways. So it's outside of Boise and outside of Kuna a little ways, which for some of you is great news. But Kuna is an amazing place to live. I personally live out here. The property taxes here are lower than most areas in the valley. My personal property taxes are only 0.5%. But the other thing is Facebook or Meta is also building a huge $800 million data center in Kuna, which is actually not too far from where Valor is. And it's going to bring even more growth to Kuna, which should give more amenities. There's already a Costco plan supposedly in the next 1 to 2 years, and Valor is in the early phases. But Valor is only 10 minutes from Kuna, so you're not too far from all of the amenities that Kuna has to offer. And then, as I mentioned early in the video, you're super close to the airport. You're only about 10-15 minutes from the airport, and then you're probably 20 to 25 minutes from downtown Boise. So even though you're a little bit outside of town, you're actually closer to the Boise stuff than you would be if you lived in the city center of Kuna. And it is going to be a great investment, in my opinion. Anytime you get into some of these new communities early in the first phases, you get a little investment boost over time. But with a community like Valor, where the golf course will be going private and it's offering the most unique amenities, I think it's going to blow up over the next 5 years. So if you like a small town feeling with some equity growth potential and then that closer proximity to the airport, Boise and Kuna, this place is an awesome opportunity. And then I mentioned the 55 plus community. This one is called Trilogy at Valor. The HOA includes snow removal and then front yard landscaping, so not backyard. And then of course you get access to all of the Valor amenities. The homes here start a little bit lower, so in the 450 range. But if you are thinking of retiring in Boise after moving here, you need to watch this video here, where I go through everything you would need to know about retiring in Boise, taxes, medical care, and then general overview of what Boise's pros and cons are for retirement. But thank you guys for watching. I look forward to chatting with you in person.